Devin, Haney, and the Gun. Hello, fight fans. This is Coach Nathan of NS Champ 7 Pro Boxing Series and NSChamp7.com, and that's the title of my analysis of the pride of Oakland, California, 24-year-old unified world lightweight champ Devin the Dream Haney and his incident with the Gun. First off, I'm not the president of Haney's fan club. As a matter of fact, some of the arrogance that him and Pops has shown at the weigh-ins and pre-fight press conferences, it can be annoying, but I give him respect just like anybody else. So my analysis is in response to the knee-jerk negativity that a handful of top media outlets have been spewing out since this incident has happened. What's forgotten in a lot of this is the fact that there are an alarming number of young, high, and low-profile athletes and entertainers that are getting senselessly killed and victimized over who they are and what they have. There are many examples, but one just off the top of my head is the tragic case of Philly hip-hop artist PNB Rock, who was gunned down in South Central LA at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles restaurant while eating with his girlfriend last year. He had no protection and no one to watch his back. And there are numerous instances reported of people in general, as well as tourists, being stalked and then robbed after leaving nightclubs and hotspots in the Hollywood and West LA areas. Now, I know this happens across the country, but I see this, since I live in Southern California, I see it the most in those areas around here. California, like most states and the country, have a top 10 most wanted list for criminals. And last I checked, which was yesterday, a matter of fact, Devin Haney's name wasn't on it. Neither was Deontay Wilder's, who also was arrested for felony gun possession back in May. Incidentally, this has not hindered Wilder's ongoing negotiations for his upcoming match against Andy Ruiz. And both men, Wilder and Haney, have no criminal history either. So to hear a major news sports outlet make claims such as Haney's steady rise to the top took a hit, I say no, it didn't. It would have taken a hit if he had shot someone, resisted arrest, or led the cops on a dangerous high-speed chase covered by all the news outlets with a ton of crack cocaine in his trunk. Another popular sports source states that it was a blemish on the young fighter's legacy. Folks, it is no more of a blemish than fighters and former fighters getting arrested for DUIs, showing up drunk for interviews, or doing commentary on fight shows drunk. And what about the case of the professional hockey player, the recent case, who after being stopped because he was driving impaired, threatened to kill the cops, yelled racial slurs, and when he sobered up, said he was only joking? Now that's a blemish. Needless to say, he was cut from his contract. And having said all this, a lot of these guys are young enough to turn it around and become productive citizens. Another ignorant quote from a sports journalist stated that there is no word on why Haney would be driving around with a weapon under the car's driver's seat. Well, here's a word why. Los Angeles has a crime rate of 32 crimes per 1,000 residents. Now, according to that size of a populated city, that's one of the highest crime rates in America. Shows a common sense reason for protection. Now, whether right or wrong, still a common sense reason for protection. Overall, Haney showed wisdom and smarts in that his security man was also his designated driver, as both left the Hollywood club, Catch LA, at about 1 a.m. Thursday morning. And when they were pulled over, they informed the police of the gun and its location. No resisting arrest, no drugs, no alcohol found, no belligerent behavior. And after full cooperation with the authorities, a $35,000 bail was paid, and he was released at 8 a.m. that morning. Once again, the point is this. Professional boxers are human beings subject to the same mistakes and lapses of judgment as we all have, especially in the midst of this dangerous and oftentimes violent society. So here's hoping that this incident with Haney is just another lesson he can learn from throughout his journey in boxing as well as his journey through life. Well, at least from this coach's perspective anyway. But don't forget, for elite boxing instruction, elite boxing analysis, and elite boxing philosophy, Click that like button, check me out, and subscribe to NS Champ 7 Pro Boxing Series at nschamp7.com.